God, it's you.
LJH crew, what's going on? Thank you once again for clicking on another edition of the real LJH Productions. Yeah, as you see by the title of this video, it's a movie review. I have to say spoilers ahead, only because I don't know how to give my reaction from this film, if I don't do spoilers. So, if you don't want to know anything about this movie, please click away now. I'll give you a few seconds. Alright, so, the title of this movie is called Frankie, Freako. I did a YouTube, trailer reaction to this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, when it came out, when the trailer came out, I was intrigued, and I was interested. Then I finally got a chance to watch it, and this movie is not what you expect at all. In a nutshell, it's like Howard the Duck on crack. Except there's no love interest and they're not sleeping with ducks. But it's just batshit crazy. So we start off with a dude, forgive me if I don't remember his name, and he's, kind of predictable, not the best when it comes to being a party guy or anything like that, and, he goes home to his wife, and he's just not, interested in, doing anything with her besides holding her hand and stuff like that. He's just gotten too comfortable. And, she gets a little frustrated. She falls asleep. He stays up late watching TV and sees this ad for this party dude called Frankie, Freako. And we'll call them small puppets, if you will, because that's kind of what they are. And he hesitates to call number. He goes, no, I'm not going to call this number. Some time goes by, and then he sees the ad again the next night, and he decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to call this number. So before he does all that, during the day before he calls the number, his boss asks him to help him out with a couple of things on an office on a Saturday. He said, yeah, no problem. His wife goes away, and then we go back to that night. And he decides to call this number, and a bunch of weird stuff starts to happen on the phone as he does it. And then we click to the next morning, and he's just waking up. And as he's waking up, these crazy small puppet people, Frankie, Freako, and his two friends are there, and they say, my man, you're up. You were partying all night. And he gets all freaked out, and he starts to try to kick him out. And at this point, yeah, they're not having it. They say, you called us for a 3-night party. We're partying into the end. He then forgets that he has to go to his boss, and he quickly leaves the puppets there. He was like, no, I gotta go to my boss, and the house is a mess, but he said, I can't do it right now. And he goes to his boss, and he explains to his boss what's going on, and his boss kind of doesn't believe him. They go back to the house, and the house is still a mess. The puppets are still there. And they go kind of like a little war thing where, the little cowgirl puppet shoots him in the neck, and they end up using super glue, and they accidentally glue the boss to the floor, and now it's like batshit nuts. And then he finally says, hey, you know what? I get it. I must, Frankie, Freako, and this dude end up coming to an understanding that he's there for 3 days, no matter what. And he says to help him clean the house up, and it'll be okay. Then it gets into why Frankie Freako is in our world. There's this puppet called Munch who took over Frankie Freako's world and decided that the rules were going to be different, and he just Frankie Freako and his two friends weren't having it, so they came to our world to get away from all that. And then it turns out that the guy that they ended up going there with, the one that called him, ends up helping Frankie Freako finally stop this big guy, this president of this world, Munch, ends up stopping him, and that's like the short version of it. And then we get back to the story where his wife comes home after they're just finished cleaning up, but they're not really cleaned up, and there's a twist that she knew Frankie Freako the whole time, and hoped that he would get his party side going, and then the movie ends. Now that's not the gist of it. Like I said, this movie definitely wasn't what I expected. I gave you some spoilers, but there's a lot more to this movie than how I even just explained it. But I will say this. It's interesting. You gotta go into this movie and turn your brain off. Because if you don't turn your brain off and you go to watch this movie, you're going to overthink it, and you're going to go, what the fuck did I just watch? You may even do that after you even watch it. But with that being said, I'm going to give my grade average here about how I feel about this movie. Comedy-wise, I'm going to give it a B. It's got some chuckles. It's funny. Action-wise, I'm going to give it a C. It's got a couple action sequences where, they're kind of at war for a little bit, and then they realize, yeah, we're cool, we can be friends. Suspense-wise, the only suspense is where the puppets are going to pop up, so I'll give that a C. There's no horror, really. So we'll leave that category alone. Drama, the drama of it is him trying to figure out, how to be a better person and, find his inner party side. So we'll give that a solid C. And so altogether, my take on this movie is I'm going to give it a C+. It was not what I expected. Like I said, I went into this movie and about 10 minutes into it, I said, okay, I'm going to have to turn my brain off or I'm going to overthink this. And it's a lot of fun. But is it worth buying on Blu-ray? I'm going to get the Blu-ray just because, I like having weird shit like that in my collection. I like movies like that. But, this one I leave up to you guys. Do I recommend a Blu-ray? It's going to be up to you to decide if you want to, if you think it's worth $20, because that's what it is on Amazon. I can even try to find a way to leave the link down below if you guys want, or you can guys just search for it. But it's, yeah, I'm going to give it a C+. Could this movie have been better? Of course. But it just, was a movie made for theaters, and then they decided, hey, we're going to put this on stream, because there was just so much coming out between Smile 2, Terrifier 3, and whatever else came out in October. This movie was coming out at the beginning of October. It would have got buried in the shuffle. So they wanted to make as much money off it as they possibly could. So they decided to just put it on stream. But yeah, I give this movie a solid C+. It's okay. It's not great. It's a turn your brain off movie and don't overthink it type of film. But that's my review, guys, on Frankie Freako. If you like this review, give this video a massive thumbs up. Hit those notification bells so you always know when I post a video. Check out the TikTok at The Real LJH Productions as well. Leave comments down below if you have seen Frankie Freako. What did you think of it? Do you agree with me that it's a turn your brain off movie, or are you going to overthink it? Let me know down below what you guys thought of it if you've seen it. And if you haven't seen it, are you planning on watching it? Let me know down below. Because like I said, the spoilers I gave don't even give this movie a justice of how crazy this movie is. You're going to have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. But this does end another video. Remember, guys, once we hit 500 subscribers, I am giving away that copy of Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. Still can't wait to do that. It is here. And I will see you all real soon. I'll see you guys on the next one. And as they say in the movies, cue the lights.